Hello and welcome back. My name is Eliza Mozal and I help people on their spiritual journeys towards freedom, joy and fulfillment. And if you are new here, big warm welcome to you. If spirituality, inner work, shadow work, self-esteem, self-love and all that stuff is your jam, be sure to subscribe to not miss out on more coming out soon. And in this video I wanted to touch on the concept that it literally changed my life, and especially I started focusing on it recently. It was pointed out to me to focus and put much more attention into opening my heart, and it felt like as soon I shifted my attention towards it, it felt like huge big heaven doors started opening up. So I'll talk about it. There is sun shining, which is absolutely amazing. I've been missing the sun for a long time here in Scotland, and finally it is there. So that's amazing thing. And I think it was about a year ago. If you've been following me for a while, if you've been a member of my Facebook group for women that I was very active on last year, if you were following me closely, you knew that at the beginning of last year I was struggling with the depression that came back to me, and I was struggling, for about a month over there with all that stuff. And something happened. I heard somewhere I was doing so much digging and searching, and I heard somewhere about opening my heart. And what I started doing is I started doing yoga poses that they were opening my chest, that they were opening my heart. And I started making sure that every single time I'm doing any stretches or any type of yoga, that I'm always going to be putting some kind of focus on that. And everything started changing and shifting. Everything started lifting very fast, and I was able to overcome my depression, depressive moods, feeling depressed in a quite very fast period of time, which it changed a lot for me drastically. And as well, I was able to realize, okay, there is so much more that I still need to learn, and that's absolutely fine and okay. And this time when I started focusing more on opening my heart, I started literally making a connection with that heart, and I have noticed that I have put a wall over there, and that wall comes up and down, and it enables me to be truly me. It enables as well to this beautiful flow of energy that it's everywhere all the time, flow through me in a harmonious, undisturbed way. Which it causes me to feel low, which it causes me to not process current, past and possible future scenarios in a healthy way, which causes these stuck energies being somewhere in my body, trapped, and making me at unease. And I have realized that, oh my goodness, I've been mind driven so much for so long that I literally lost myself in it. I started back again believing that I am that mind, and it wasn't like it was 24/7, but when this thing was on and there was a decision to be made, that's what I was going by. But everything started changing when I started connecting with that part of myself. I had already quite a knowledge about the heart intelligence. I learned a lot from Greg Braden and Dr. Joe Dispenza and Mr. or Dr. Lipton as well. So go ahead, guys, and research about that. Hartmut Institute as well. They give a lot of information on how our hearts contain brain-like cells within the heart who think independently from the mind, and they create the energetic field around our bodies, and it's so much more powerful than the energetic waves that our brain, our mind creates. So there's so much into that. It's so fascinating and beautiful, but the true magic really happens when you decide that whenever something feels not okay, whether it is within you, within your life, within your relationship with other people, maybe it's your workplace, your finances, it's really important to realize, okay, every single thing that it is outside of me will always going to be just a reflection reflection of what's going on over here. And if I truly deeply want to change anything, I literally have to roll up my sleeves, close the door for a little bit, not for always, not at all. Don't worry, I'm not trying to keep you locked. Close the door behind yourself, turn off all distractions, and do that inner work and dig in. One of the first things I started doing when I started connecting with that heart, I was literally giving it a space. I seen that wall and it's still there. It's still there from time to time. And I give this wall a space. I don't try to get rid of it. I don't try to shift and change it and manipulate it. I just let it be, and I try to feel and listen and hear what is it trying to tell me. What is it right now that I've been paying attention to that wall came up. And it's usually when I listen to that again. I think it's very important to mention as well that we are not our minds. We are not these bodies. We are not, this life situations that we are in. We are not, this name and this age and this nationality. We are the consciousness that observe all of that is going through some kind of experience, and everything happens not because of mistake, not because of fault. It happens for a reason, and you are the one who is here to find that reason, to learn from it and expand and grow from it. And when we start living our life being heart driven, things are just absolutely flowing. I was talking to my friend last night. She's on a similar path, spiritual path, the stuff that we talk about here. And we were talking how when we raise our vibration, how our bodies go through just a pure chaos. The sweat is unbelievable. It's like all this negativity, toxicity, all of that stuff goes through the skin. It goes through our behavior. It goes just in so many ways. It's like the last few weeks, my body just doesn't want that much anymore. The same vegan food that I'm making, it wants something much more purer, more raw, more monomills, more simple. It's more liquid. Again, liquid. It's all it wants is liquid. It nearly refuses, food that it isn't just liquid, which is crazy. And I know that there is nothing wrong with me or my body. I'm perfectly healthy. I'm just going through a change of raising my vibration to a higher level, and I'm just simply allowing every single dirt that comes up to my consciousness, comes up to the surface, to be there so I can watch it, observe it, and release it when there is a time after processing it properly to release it. Because all I've been doing so far, nearly all I've been doing so far, it was just trying to shift it, manipulate it, change it, get rid of it. And most of the time I was spending on distracting myself, trying to fix myself, not understanding that stuff comes up to the surface so I can deal with it, not push it down or on the side, so I can literally learn how to deal with it. And letting that stuff flow through me, literally flow through me, all these energies, and they do get released. The peace of mind that I am receiving is absolutely fantastic and beautiful. The things that baffled me in the past, and whenever I'm facing them again, I can process them very, very, very quickly, and I am receiving a beautiful peace that it comes with it. Like yesterday, I went for a walk in nature, and I had a proper conversation with myself. I had to recenter. I felt like it's time to recenter, rebalance, and ground myself. Had a chat with that higher power. Remind myself again who I want to be and all that stuff. And today, like since the morning meditation, all I feel is absolutely unlimited amount of love flowing through me, around me, towards me, and all that stuff. I just feel this massive universal love. I feel extremely blessed. And trust me, I didn't win the lottery. Prince or Princess Charming didn't arrive at my door yet. None of that old crap. I just am on my path. And I don't look at that stuff that used to baffle me and I seen as not welcomed the same way anymore. Whatever it comes is welcomed. But it's not welcome to stay. It's not welcome to stay. I'm gonna talk about it definitely more in the future, very near future, because I would like to talk about it more, about dealing exactly with that inner turmoil. More and more I want to talk about that inner struggle when that something dark or unpleasant has a grip on us, and how extremely important it is how we think about it, what is it, our reaction or response, and what to do with it. So I'll talk about it very. And on the top of that, what I need to add as well is that the difference between being mind driven, going by what your mind tells you instead of going by what your heart tells you, is that your mind is filled with experiences and others people's opinions. It is filled with its, you can easily compare it to a massive trash bin, and you picked it up so many others people opinions, very contradictive as well, others people beliefs or experiences, negativity. 90% of the mind is negative stuff, and if this is but what you are going by, this is your kind of like a compass that you're going by, it will be filled with negativity, and it would be based on trying to not have more pain or misery in your life. Basically it will be based fear driven, and it would be all about avoiding, going to the same experiences in the past. But when you are thinking in the same way, this is exactly what you will keep on creating. On the other hand, when you're connecting with your heart, you're connecting with the higher self of yourself, the higher part of yourself. You're connecting with something so much huge, bigger and more magnificent that you can even imagine. You're connecting with that part of you that it's rooted to love and to be loved and to give love. It isn't rooted in fear and running away. It is deeply connected with you being the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. And it is based on giving, expanding, loving, experiencing, and letting what we believe is unpleasant, letting come and letting it go. I think the biggest issue, and I spoke about it before and I will mention again because it's so important, is to let go of that resistance towards the labels good and bad. If you're over and over again going through anxiety, depression, really low moods, whatever it is that you are struggling internally, if you constantly find yourself, with the same type of a guy, you're just changing the face, if you keep on repeating same old things over and over again, you didn't learn your lesson. And the more you will be running away from it instead of diving through it, the more you will be the more possibility it will be for this situation to keep on repeating, because if it is happening in your life, you did signed up for it, and you will be going through it over and over and over again. The biggest shift for me made when I've decided, okay, whatever I called back in the day good or bad, I don't call that anymore. It is just now, and it's just experiencing and learning. So I started shifting more and more from good and bad, and just started welcoming everything, absolutely everything. And yes, it was painful. Yes, I was crying on the floor for half an hour. Yes, I was going through all these experiences, releasing these blocks and energies, letting these emotions, these trapped traumas work their way through me outside. If there is something within you that you are experiencing and you're able to see it, it means that it came to the surface, so you can finally deal with it. Give it a space as much as it needs, attention, time, give it your love, and when it is time, release it. And if not, it's gonna shift itself. It's gonna shift itself. You don't have to even pressure for releasing. It's going to shift itself. It's going to just let it go. When you are okay with not being okay, that's when things start to be really okay. When you are trying to chase money, relationships, love, sex, and all of that, and it's not happening for you. It's not going to happen until you are okay with being alone and single for the rest of your life, until you are totally okay and fine with living with the financial situation you are in right now, until you are totally okay with whatever it is right now inside you and all around you. That's my experience, and this is one of the best things that ever happened to me, to be able to experience that I have to first be okay with whatever I'm trying to run away from. So instead of running away, it's all about experiencing it and going through. That was a really long ad, but I had to do it. So, okay, back to the scheduled video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being amazing. Keep on exploring, keep on growing, stay awesome, and I will see you soon in my next video. And before I will finish, be sure to hit a like to this video if you've got any value whatsoever, because it's going to help this channel to grow. And as well, if there are any suggestions or any issues you have, please put them in the comment section and I'll get back to you in a shape of a video and a reply.